This trick is as old as the first stockings. You just need to take an onion and put it into the stocking. Tie a knot and add the next onions one by one. Separate each with a knot. Now hang them up in your kitchen and cut off only the onion you want to use. Onions tend to rot and contaminate other vegetables. Storing them this way prevents that problem. Use tape to keep tomatoes fresh for longer. Tape protects them from spoiling. The spot where the tomato was separated from the stem is more vulnerable to bacteria and moisture, which can speed up the rotting process. By covering this spot with tape, you create a barrier that keeps harmful elements out and extends the freshness of the tomato. Place a piece of celery in the bag with your toast bread, and you'll notice and taste the difference. Toast bread spoils quickly after opening, but if you add a bit of celery, you'll save the whole loaf. Celery releases moisture that prevents the bread from drying out and protects it from mold. Potatoes and apples are a great combination. You just need to place 2 large apples in the basket with your potatoes and cover them with a kitchen towel. The gas released by the apples prevents the potatoes from sprouting. With this method, your potatoes will stay fresh and good for longer. Stuffed cabbage. Impress everyone with this dish. Start by grabbing 2 carrots and grating them. Add the grated carrots to a bowl of ground meat. Season the mixture with salt, pepper, and meat spices. Now, prepare the cabbage. Remove a few leaves and cut the cabbage in half. Take out the inner core and any tougher leaves, creating a hollow in each cabbage half. Save the leftover leaves for later. Use a large spoon to fill the hollows with the meat mixture, smoothing the surface of the filling. Add the remaining cabbage leaves to a blender, along with a whole can of tomatoes. Season with pepper, salt, and 3 cloves of garlic. Pour in 300 milliliters of chicken broth and blend everything until smooth. Place the stuffed cabbage halves in an oven-proof dish and pour the blended mixture over them. Add 2 slices of butter on top, cover the dish, and bake for 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Once done, remove from the oven and let it cool for 10 minutes. This fantastic stuffed cabbage with ground meat is perfect for both lunch and dinner guests. It looks and tastes exceptional. Fantastic recipe for dry brined pickles. Make them today, enjoy them tomorrow. No need for jars. Pickles without brine? Yes, it's possible. Dry brined pickles are ready in just a day, tasting just as good as those prepared with brine. They're crispier and retain their vibrant green color. Start with a kilogram of cucumbers, wash them, and soak them in cold water for at least an hour. Trim the ends to speed up the pickling process and remove any potential bitterness. Crush a few peppercorns in a grinder. Peel and chop 2 cloves of garlic into smaller pieces. Carefully peel and slice horseradish roots. Wash and chop 2 sprigs of dill. Place the cucumbers in a plastic bag and add all the prepared ingredients one by one: garlic, horseradish, and dill. Sprinkle with salt and pepper. Gently mix everything together. It's important to seal the cucumbers tightly with as little air as possible and ensure the ingredients are well mixed. Place the prepared cucumbers in the fridge. After 24 hours, you can enjoy the delicious flavor of these lightly salted pickles. They're delicious and require minimal effort. Put the cocktail glass on the tomato slices. This is how you will prepare something very special. You've never tasted a tomato recipe like this before. They are perfect for breakfast or a snack. Preparing them is really easy, and they taste delicious. At the very beginning, choose vine-ripened tomatoes and cut them into slices. Arrange them on a kitchen board. Get a glass. Cut the center out of the tomato slices. Do the same with each subsequent prepared slice. Set the rings from the tomatoes aside. Chop the cut flesh from the tomatoes into small pieces. Transfer the pieces to a bowl. Then cut the chives with scissors. Add a cup of whole wheat flour to the mixture. Then whisk in 2 eggs. Season with a pinch of salt, pepper, garlic, or other favorite spices to your taste. Mix everything thoroughly. Heat a frying pan over medium heat and add some olive oil. Arrange the rings of tomatoes on the pan. Fill them with the prepared mixture. About 1 tablespoon of the chopped tomato mixture is enough for each disc. Cover the pan with a lid and fry for a few minutes over a fairly low heat. When the bottom of the tomato pancakes turns golden, flip them over to the other side. After frying, decorate the pancakes with parsley or chives. And there you have it. Delicious tomato pancakes are now ready to serve. Take 3 forks and place them in the frying pan. This trick was taught to me by a friend who is a chef. It will definitely make cooking easier. Take 3 forks out of the drawer. There must be exactly 3 of them. Arrange them in the pan. Do it like I did in the video. The fork should intersect in the middle of the pan. Next, place a small plate on top of them. The plate should not be larger than the pan. It should fit in the pan with some space left around it. Now pour some water into the pan. The water should cover the entire bottom of the pan. Place the dish you want to cook on the plate. Turn on the stove and cover the pan with a lid. With this simple method, you can quickly steam fish or vegetables. This simple trick makes it much easier and faster. The fish will be juicy and ready in just a few minutes, and you won't need any special steamers or pots. It turns out that regular forks are all you need to steam anything you want. Delicious cherry pickled tomatoes. Be sure to try this super simple recipe. Cherry tomatoes will perform best, although other varieties can also be used. However, I do not recommend large tomatoes for this recipe. Wash and dry the tomatoes. Their quantity depends on how many you intend to make. In my case, it is 1 kilo. Take a toothpick and carefully prick each tomato a couple of times. Then prepare the garlic. Peel about 5 cloves and crush them with your hand to extract more juice. Transfer them to another board. Prepare the horseradish root. Peel it and cut it into smaller pieces. To make the tomatoes, you need dill. Use only dill flowers as they give the perfect flavor to the tomatoes. Prepare a large jar, washed and dried beforehand. Put horseradish in the bottom of the jar, then garlic and some of the dill. Then put the tomatoes in the jar, arranging them in layers, alternating with the dill. Once you've filled the entire jar, it's time to prepare the marinade. Use 1 tablespoon of salt per liter of water. Pour the salt into a jug, then pour in 1 liter of water. Preferably, it should be sparkling water. Stir it properly so that the salt dissolves. Pour the resulting marinade over the tomatoes in the jar. If the brine is not enough, you can quickly and easily make it up. Cover such a jar with tomatoes and set it aside for 24 hours. After this time, the tomatoes are ready to eat. They will work perfectly as a snack for many dishes. Their taste is distinctive, but very tasty. The preparation takes a very short time.